Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. What up, people? How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black at Night Show. How you feeling out there, Periscope, YouTube? My people on Facebook in the house? What's going on? Yeah. Tonight we're gonna I want to be real interactive tonight because we got a lot of interactive news going on, right? And I think the best way to accomplish like a little coverage about this, right, is that we kind of have a back and forth. So I hope you guys are cool with that. Yeah. So let me bring up my YouTube channel. I'm also bringing up my Facebook. So we can have that going on at the same time. What's up, Bethlehem? What's going on? Hey, Karen, Brendan. Karen and Brendan in the house. We got some people in the house showing up tonight. JM, Brian Crosby. Karen Mitchell. Good evening, Karen. What's up, Low Key? Stephanie's in the house. Hey, Stephanie. Thank you for having the wrench out. You might need it. You might need that wrench. All right. So I just want to know, guys, what's on your mind tonight? What topics matter to you? What's going on? What's like really piquing your interest? So we can get into that. My cornbread is still in my system. I hear you. What's up, Raul? Raul said the cornbread is in the system. I like that. Brandon Lee says, I'm one of my only trustable sources of real news. Man, thank you, Brandon Lee. Give it up for that. Man, you don't know. You don't know what I've been through lately. It's been crazy, you know? It's been crazy. But when I come back and I get around my Wolfpack people, man, I feel a lot better. So I want to tell you guys what I've been up to today. Keep the comments coming because I'm going to be giving a lot of shout outs and a lot of love and asking questions and reading your comments on chat, okay? So today, I'm going to tell you all day, I've been doing research all day on the issue of Maxine Waters. On the issue of Maxine Waters. I've been researching that issue because I responded to the Maxine Waters, and you guys most of you I'm sure are aware of the comments that she made at a rally in DC where she definitely told people that, you know, all the stuff you've been seeing out there where Trump administration officials and people on the right, because one person, Pam Bondi, she's a Florida attorney general, right? So she's not even part of the Trump administration. But you've seen this trend lately of people being, you know, shouted down when they're in public, whether they be at a restaurant. I think Stephen Miller, Kristen Nielsen, Pam Bondi, as I just expressed. Then most famously, we know the most recent, I should say, being Sarah Sanders being going at a restaurant called the Red Hen in Lexington, Virginia, where she was asked to leave. So all of this is like a fever pitch. So, you know, Susan Murphy, Nico House, the three of us were talking about it, and I definitely want to address that issue, even though I did touch on it. I touched on it in a video I did the other day. It's on my YouTube channel. But I said, you know what? I got to really get into this story. I mean, really get into it, get under the layers of what's going on with this. Because as I see Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, CNN, MSNBC, and everybody kind of lining up, and also notably David Axelrod of Obama's campaign, all kind of lining up and saying, hey, we don't agree with her. What she's saying is wrong. I wanted to make sure I took my time to really look at this issue and to look at what Maxine Waters has been about, what she speaks about and all that stuff. So I'm doing a deep dive video, guys. In fact, I pulled up from that video to do the show tonight because I didn't want to miss the show. So, yeah, it's kind of a big deal. I'm sort of obsessed with getting this Maxine Waters thing right. And not just in a 2-minute or a 5-minute or 8-minute or even a 10-minute video, but much longer video, a real digestive deep dive into Maxine Waters. So give it up for that. So anybody out there, what are your thoughts on Maxine Waters? Terry Altman says, I absolutely love Representative Maxine Waters. I hear you, Terry. I hear you, Terry. Skip grumbles. Hey, Skip, how you doing? Don't serve the racist Stephen Miller anywhere, says Scott O'Connor. Don't serve Stephen Miller anything, anytime, any place. And over here on YouTube, we got George Collin. You know what? I'm going to see if I can make this. Let me make this. Okay, I got my type really small. Let's make it bigger for the brother. There we go. Now I can see you guys. George Collin says, Maxine Waters is a nutcase. Karen Mitchell says, I agree, George. Wow. Philip Britton, interesting how the word Colin is it okay. I'm not going to read that one. So I got to read it before I read it. I said I got to read comments before I read the comment. But by all means, keep doing what you're doing. It's all good, you know. It's all good. I feel you. I feel you. You know? Brian Crosby brought up a story I was looking at as well today when I was in the midst. I had to take a little break from Maxine. I saw that Terry Crews, famous actor, you know him, right? Terry Crews. Everybody loves Chris. Everybody hates Chris. Yeah, everybody hates Chris. Several movies next Friday. Brooklyn show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or whatever. You guys know him, right? That guy. So he recently testified, it looks like in front of Congress, about his experience with the Me Too movement or his experience with being assaulted by an agent. And he's also talking about the pushback that he received and also some retaliation that he's been receiving from Hollywood. So, yeah, that's a video that should be done. It can't take precedence of my Maxine Waters because I'm on a tear on that, but I am going to come back and do that, Brian. I'm going to come back and hit that. Belinda Elisa says, is Maxine Waters on the California ballot? I don't see her ever retiring, sort of like Nancy Pelosi. These people are not going to go. I don't think she has any plans on leaving. And as I complete my research, as I complete this video, you know, we're going to speak to a lot of that. Trust that. We're going to speak to a lot of that. Because I'm not going to leave anything on the field. It's not going to be no punches pulled. And the new Tim Black, guys, is even more don't give a damn than the old Tim Black. You understand what I'm saying? Because as of late, I've really done some soul searching. And you know what? You got to do that sometimes. You got to look within yourself and say, am I being all me? Am I being all the me that needs to be? Am I really swinging for the fences? Am I letting anything restrict me or constrict me? Am I being all me? So that's the new Tim Black. And he's not, I'm taking gloves off. And when people come, they better come correct. They better come correct. And on top of that, I better come correct. You understand? So it's holding yourself to a high standard, not just what you look at other people and say what they better do. No, people like to do that. But the hard part is looking at yourself and saying, hey, Tim Black, what are you doing? Tim Black, are you doing what you need to do for you? Not looking out. Everybody like looking outward. That's easy. We could all look at each other and point fingers, but how many people take time and look at themselves and say, you know, not to beat up on yourself, but to demand more. Demand more, demand better. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm on. And my closest confidants know about my shift to this because I've confided in them. So a lot going on. A lot going on. It's a beautiful thing. So back to Maxine Waters. Very interesting. There's a lot about Maxine Waters I think some people need to be brought up to speed on, and then there's a lot that needs to be sort of exposed. So I'm going to do all of that. YouTube. Black people have been tired for a long time of being pimped by the Democratic Party. We are smart people, says C.D. Ratliff. You know what? A lot of people get pimped by the Democratic Party. CD, a lot of people get pimped by the Democratic Party. A lot of people get pimped by the Republican Party. I'm not so much into the parties. You know what I'm saying, CD? So I reject all of that party stuff. Like, you got to be in this party or you got to be in that party. I only support people. Let me say that one more time. I only support people that fight for the people. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, that's it. If you're going to fight for the people and you got a track record of fighting for the people or you got a great game plan for fighting for the people, then I will consider supporting you. That's it. So, look, there's no plantation here because only reason why I be in the Democratic Party if I'm going to vote for a Democratic candidate, because in Maryland, if you're not a Democrat, you can't vote for a Democrat or a Republican. All right? You got to register Republican or register Democrat to vote for any of those parties. So it's part of the problem, CD, in our election process, right, that's screwed up. I feel that you, CD, should be able to walk in and vote for whoever you think. Once you say, hey, I'm CD, and you can confirm that, you should be able to walk in and vote for whoever the hell you want to vote for. You should not have to be restricted, right, to vote for one thing. You shouldn't. You could change. You should be able to change your mind up to the date, the hour before you go in and vote. A vote's a vote. You shouldn't have to pre-register. Why do they need you to pre-register to vote? Today's a big day for Maryland, y'all. Give it up. Why should you have to pre-register what party you're going to vote for? As long as you reside in that state, you should be able to vote. Shouldn't matter who you vote for. That's your business who you're going to vote for. That ain't their business. Why you need to let them know what party you're going to vote for? It's crazy talk. It's crazy. So, yeah, Maryland, I'm pulling for Ben Jealous. I'm pulling for Ben Jealous in Maryland. I met him, talked to him several times. I just went out to his rally and talked to him again. I've interviewed him earlier. I interviewed him in 2017. Sat down and talked to him a number of times. So I think that Ben Jealous is a good choice for Maryland. Believes in single payer. Believes in 2-year free college tuition. Right? Believes in legalizing marijuana and doing away with these horrible drug laws, right? You know, so like, there you go. Don't, people criticize that. They don't think Ben Jealous is as progressive or whatever as they like. But right now, I got Larry Hogan, who's a soft Republican, but he's still Republican, man. And his ideas are, let's do whatever we need to do to pimp people out to make money, and that Republican mindset, and that's not good for Maryland. That's not good for the poor people of Maryland and the people who are barely hanging on, the middle class of Maryland. They need somebody who's going to actually fight for them, who's not a politician. Ben Jealous is not a politician. Neither was Larry Hogan before he won, but he's always been rich. Come from a very rich family. All right, so back to this. Let me go to Facebook, see what's going on. I'm happy to be a top fan. William Pounds is in the house. What's up, William? What's up, William? How you doing, man? Give it up for William Pounds. I see you over there, William. Brenda Olson said, she said, F both parties. F both parties. I would say it, Lisa, I got no problem saying it, but they've been really getting at me on YouTube. I don't want to give them more ammunition. You know in my heart, I'm saying the same as you. In my heart, I'm saying it. I'm saying the words with you. F the parties. F parties. Some people use that word party like to hide behind it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm this. What are you doing? What have you done for the people, yo? Don't tell me what color you are, what set you claim. I don't do gangs. I said I don't play gang banging. Who said it? It was a rapper who said political gang banging. Huh? Somebody said that. If anybody knows, let me know, man. Somebody shout it out. So YouTube. So Michael Mike, the Russian bot, says he's been registered as an independent since he was 18 years old in New York. Freezes me out of all but the general, but I just can't bring myself to commit to the D's or the R's. You can always change, my brother. You can always change, you know? You can always change back. I mean, but you do run the risk of them hitting you with a provisional ballot, though. So this is New York we're talking about, right? It is New York. They mistakenly lost, 200,000 people's registrations or whatever it was? And I'm hearing there's some stuff that went on in Maryland, my state, right? So it's tough, man. It's tough. Alex Sitoko says, yeah, pick a side or get run over. I prefer getting run over because at least I'm true. Give it up for that. You got to pick a side. Pick a side. Just run me over. Just run me over. I'm good. You know, they're going to blame you. They're going to blame you. Alex, they're going to blame you if their candidate don't win, you know. The candidate didn't do what it needed to do to entice you, to pull you out, to encourage you, to excite you. You know, if I can excite people with no budget, come on, man, the 10 Black Wolfpack is built from the ground up. I'm not a politician. I haven't had any proper training. I don't have any staff. I didn't go to politician school, but I've been able to attract 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, 70,000 on Facebook, 50,000 on Twitter. If you're a politician, you should be able to inspire people too. That's part of your job. So these politicians, if they're unable to inspire you, to bring you out, that's their fault. That ain't your fault. It's not your fault. They don't know how to inspire you. They think being all smarty-arty because they smart, that's enough. No, you got to be able to pull people out. I had people come out to see me. They can't make people come out and see them. They can't get people motivated to get up and come out and vote. Voting's free. They can't get people to come out and vote. Then they blame you because you didn't come out and vote. That's their job. Give it up for that. Nowhere else does that work, y'all. I said nowhere else does that work. It doesn't work in the movie industry. You ever hear a movie director blame the audience for not coming out to see their movie? You ever hear a producer of a sitcom blame you for not watching the sitcom? Oh, stupid TV watchers don't want to watch my show, want to watch that show. No. McDonald's don't blame you if you don't buy the Big Mac. They say we need to make more sandwiches. We need to make better sandwiches. Only in politics is somebody going to blame you, and only specifically in the Democratic Party, because I never hear Republicans blaming other Republicans for not voting Republican. But I do hear Democrats blaming people who don't vote Democrat as if that's their fault, as if there could be a blame assigned to anybody else. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? Give it up for that. I never heard John McCain blaming Republicans because he lost. I never heard John McCain blame Republicans because he lost. Now, I'm glad John McCain lost. I'm not a John McCain fan. All I'm saying is I didn't hear John McCain blame voters when he lost. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because it is disrespectful. It really is disrespectful. It's like you're not smart enough to know I'm the best thing for you. Don't that sound like that? You ever been in a relationship that wasn't that good, it ended, and that person was talking that type of crap? Did that make you feel better about them? Did that make you want to get back with them? I don't think it does. I don't think it works. I don't think it works. Only the weakest dude be talking to the woman like, See, you don't know what you had when you had me, girl. I was everything. I don't know what you was doing that not loving me. How you not gonna love me? You should have loved me. You gotta love me. You got no choice but to love me. Look, I'm the better one to love. Love, as like in politics, is nobody deserves it. It's how you feel. It's how you feel, right? You can't tell somebody to logically, oh, yeah, you need to love me. No, that's fake love. That love don't last. And there I go talking about relationships. But, I used to do that, I used to do that as Tim the bartender. That's what I used to do. But no, back to the point, man. These people are crazy. What is wrong with them? Tell me what's wrong with them. Hey, thank you for the donation, CD Ratliff. I appreciate you, my brother. Give it up for CD Ratliff. Well, I got a super chat. I ain't had those in a long time. Welcome back to YouTube live streaming, y'all. But I'm serious, though, guys. Like, who gets to do that? So, they're going to blame you because you wasn't inspired by their candidate. Come on, man. Ocasio-Cortez got no problem getting people to come out and support her. That's because she's speaking with passion, and this excites people, and she's talking about issues that they care about. Ain't that hard once you start speaking people's language? Now, it's difficult when somebody's got $18 billion and you got $20, yeah, that's difficult. I get that part. But don't, you gotta take what you got and use it. Man, I could go to West Virginia and talk to those people, man. I could go in West Virginia and talk to those people about hard times because I'm come from that. Problem is, a lot of these politicians don't come from that. They don't come from where regular people come from. That's why we need more politicians that understand working people because what? Because they are working people. And then when we get a working person, we get these dummies, and this is a problem. These people who should, because they look at the working people, man, coming from you where you come from. You got to understand, they need your support because they're up against the machine. The machine hates a working woman or a working man from a working class background because they know that's an Achilles heel because they know most of the voters are what? What are they? Working people. So they feel insufficient around a working person. Look how Joe Manchin treated Paula Swearinger. He knew Paula could speak the language of the people in the community. He can't do that. Anyway, guys, people got to recognize the game. That's all I'm saying. What's up, Facebook? We the people don't play, says Freddie Fry. What's up, Freddie Fry? Brenda Olsen, movies have always talked about this coming, not just 1994. Beth Lamb said, politician school. You ain't gonna go. Look, all you gotta do is speak truth to power. Look, here's my thing, y'all. What's so hard about speaking truth to power, man? Being a politician, yeah, I'm sure governing is difficult, right? Making hard decisions. Yeah, the operative term in that sentence is hard decisions. It's difficult to make hard decisions. But it should not be a hard decision if I'm going to be a sellout. It should not be a hard decision if you're going to fight for the people. That's what you're there to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to live as long as I can. Everybody wants longevity. But I think purpose matters. I think purpose matters. I think what you lived for is going to matter a lot more than how you living. Come on, give it up for that, man. Give it up for that, because you know what? You're going to be dead a lot longer than you are alive. I said you're going to be dead a lot longer than you're alive, so how you live should be more important than how you living. And a lot of them got that twisted. They don't think about legacy. They think about jewelry. They don't think about what they leave behind. They think about getting a nice watch so they can tell the time. See, it ain't that hard to do, man. It's not that hard to incite people, man. Get people excited. Talk that real-ish. Talk about what really matters. Talk about the seniors, man, who can't afford their health coverage, who can't afford their medications. Why is that hard to do? Because you don't know no seniors that can't afford their medication. That's why you can't talk the language of regular people. Maybe you don't have a father who got to keep working at 68 because if he stopped working, he can't afford his medication. That's my story. That's my life. That's what's happening. So I can talk about that. I can go to New York and talk about that. I can talk about that in Virginia. I can talk about that in Massachusetts. I can talk about that anywhere because it's real to me. And if it ain't real to you, then you can't talk about it. That's why Hillary couldn't talk about it, y'all. She ain't touched the steering wheel in 35 years. What the hell does she know about real people problems? Hello? At least Trump hung out with rappers who had problems. At least he got problems secondhand. Like he can hear. He can hear about people's problems, you know? Oh, man. What's up with this travel ban, y'all? What's up with the travel ban? We're going to talk about the travel ban, Supreme Court, what they do. Dog mother says Baltimore has been ruled and run into the gutter by Dems for 50 years. If that doesn't change, outcomes for the residents will never change. I hear you, man. I hear you. Who's that? Dog mother. Hey, sis. Now, Maryland is a really big state. And just for the record, I don't live in that part of the state. I live in a part of the state that's closer to D.C., all right? So you got different hemispheres in Maryland, you feel me? But I do understand your point. I do. They all failed the working man. What's up with the Supreme Court ruling on the travel ban, y'all? Can we go over this together? Can we do this together in real time? Can we? Because I wanna get to the bottom of it. Karen, can we do that, Karen? Les, can we do that? Thank you, Les. Give it up for Les and Karen. And Scott. Uli. Karen said she lived in Annapolis and Baltimore. I feel you. I've lived in Prince George's County, Charles County. One of my children was born in Montgomery County, 20 minutes outside of D.C. I used to live 2 minutes outside of D.C., and I lived in D.C., so that's my story, you know? President Trump called the Supreme Court's ruling to uphold the travel ban against several majority Muslim countries a tremendous victory. Supreme Court's ruling Tuesday upheld Trump's travel ban against predominantly Muslim countries, said it could lead to more bans targeting more people for far more countries. That's what legal experts say. My thing with the travel ban has been and will remain to be an easy win for Trump and his base. Until you can show me, like, if you're going to ban people or if you're going to ban travel from particular countries, because that's the way they like to frame it, right? And I got no problems. You can say that you want to ban travel from particular countries, not people, okay? Let's say we agree with you, and we're gonna concede that part of the argument to you. Because the reason why I'm conceding that is because the point I love to make is, why aren't you banning travel from countries that are actually produced more threats? I mean, come on, guys. Don't that make sense to you? I mean, the countries that he's banning, why aren't you banning people from the countries that really causes problems? Right? That were more terrorist activity. What about that? You mean Trump has got people riled up, and I feel like he ran on this, getting people riled up about Muslims. We all know domestic terrorism is a much bigger threat. You know that the likelihood that something will happen to you due to a terrorist act in the United States, we are very fortunate in that way. Well, I said we are very fortunate in that way. the likelihood that you will be killed or someone in your family would be killed by a terrorist act from someone from a foreign land, is much, much less likely than it happened right here domestically by someone from your own country. That's what's going on. That's America, man. That's real talk. I'd like to know what y'all think about that too, because that's the, that's just, that's the numbers, man. That's the numbers. That's the numbers. We're gonna ban young white guys living with their mom who don't get dates. Are we gonna ban that? I'm just saying these are human beings we're talking about. Those who support and oppose Trump ban said the ruling opens the door for the president to fully flex his executive authority to restrict legal immigration from additional countries as long as he provides a rational reason to do so, such as a national security or public safety. Now, let me say this. If you produce a credible threat, of course I support us trying to protect ourselves from a credible threat. It would be crazy not to say, because it's not just my life, it's other people's lives. Of course, I want people to be treated fairly, right? But if there are people who are, you have to produce a true threat, a credible threat. Notice I said credible threat. If you get, if they get a note that says, them people from Italy coming to get y'all, I don't care if it's Italy. I don't care if it's Italy. And I want to go to Italy one day. But notice how I picked a Western country? I'm saying, what if it's Italy? Right? I'll be like, hold on, let's hold Italy. Let's hold Italy. Hold tight. Hold tight, Switzerland. Hold tight, Switzerland. Because I'm not, look, I am concerned about safety, and I would never want to jeopardize the safeties of my brothers and sisters, man, whoever they are. You understand what I'm saying? But where's the credible threat that's leading you to this conclusion that Yemen, maybe the fact that we're bombing the hell out of Yemen, that we're aiding in the genocide of Yemenis? Is that why I just want to know, like, who are you protecting this from? The court's decision came in the third version of the ban, which affects nearly 150 million residents of Iran, Libya, Somalia, Syria, Yemen. Trump signed the first version into effect into taking office, arguing it was needed to improve the nation's ability to vet inbound travelers from terror-prone countries, but was dealt a series of defeats by lower courts. A second version issued in March dropped Iraq from the list of affected nations and exempted visa and green card holders, but also ran into legal challenges. What say you, Facebook? How about Germany? Can we also allow those barbarians over here? Uli says, what about that? What about that? What about Germans? Trisha says, yeah, because we'd have to ban people from the United States. Yeah, it'd be tough to ban people from your own country, wouldn't it? It'd be tough to do that, right? I mean, if we want to be safe, that's who we should be banning. I thought it was about safety. Man, come on, guys. We got far too much going on in this country for us not to be afraid of our country. Like, really? I mean, really, guys? I mean, if it's about safety, why isn't the Ku Klux Klan considered a hate group? When did the Klan get off the hate list? I mean, that just lets me know that their hate list ain't up to par, man. But they'll put Tim Black on the hate list, though. Let me start an organization and talk about white supremacy. Let me talk about police shootings. They're putting my ass right on that hate list, y'all. But the Ku Klux Klan, with a history of lynching people, is not on the hate list. So I guess they're just talking peace and love when they march through towns. It's just peace and love. See what I'm saying? Not you and I, this don't make sense, y'all. I said it don't make sense. If it's about safety, then the countries on the list that you want to ban travel from, entrance to, they should be the countries where people have come historically and created this violence. Why isn't Saudi Arabia on the list? We all know the answer to that, right? We know the answer to that, right? Money. YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Mike S. says the establishment is having Trump do this to guilt the left for not falling in line. What's up, Mochalix? Mochalix said, what's up? What's up? Oh, we giving all love out today. We're going to be doing that a lot more, too. Writing for the majority in the decision of the third version, Chief Justice John Roberts citing a law passed by Congress that allows a president to suspend any entry to foreigners or entire classes of foreigners if he deems their entry detrimental to the interests of the United States. Roberts said that law agents ample power to the president on decisions whether and when to suspend entry and whose entry to suspend, for how long, and on what conditions. Wow. Gosh, man, it sounds like the president got a lot of power, don't it? Yeah, it sounds like he got a lot of power. Sounds like when people choose a president, they should be a little careful because, you could end up with somebody with a lot of power who don't know what they're doing. Sounds like what a person ran on and what a person's about might matter a little bit. Sounds like who they get money from might matter a little bit. Sounds like their rhetoric might matter a little bit. And man, I've said it before, and I keep saying it. A lot of people who voted for Trump, they also voted for Obama in 2008 and 2012. So don't put everybody in one bucket of being, deplorables or racists. Not saying there aren't some deplorables and racists, but I've known some deplorable and racist Democrats. Hell, I was just talking to one today. But I'm not going to say any names, at least not yet. I said I'm not going to say any names, at least not yet. So let's not put everybody in one bucket. Some people voted for Trump. There's two types of people that voted for Trump. At least two types. There's probably more than two types, but my analysis, I could only come up with two groups. Yeah. The first group of Trump supporters are people who voted for Trump because they couldn't vote for the devil. No, they couldn't vote for the devil. Meaning they couldn't vote for Hillary Clinton. Give it up for that. And they didn't know who Jill Stein was. I said Stein. They're like, Steinway. What is Stein? Stein who? Harry Seinfeld? Stein? Who's Stein? What's Stein? Get out of here, Tim Black. I said Gary Johnson. Said Gary who? Gary Coleman. Didn't he used to play on Different Strokes? I don't know Gary Coleman. Johnson who? Johnson who? I don't understand you talking about, Tim Black. Why you tripping? So those people, that group of people, they just said, "Hey, I'm gonna go get this." I don't know, but I don't know what this guy gonna do. But we got to get past this Bush Clinton shit. We got to get past this. So they said that's what they did. And the other group of people that voted for Trump, they just crazy. That's all they did. They just crazy. Woo! But guys, there's people kind of lose their minds when their money ain't right. I said people lose their minds when their money ain't right. People will do things when they lose their job they won't do when they got a good job and everything's well. I said people will do things uncharacteristically when their back's against the wall. I said people will do things out of their nature, maybe not the first choice of action, if, I don't know, if the mill closes down, the jobs get sent overseas, and these people keep talking about doing the same thing they've been doing when this happened. Or if their house get foreclosed on and they see the banks get a bailout, Then you get us a little incentive thing. Here goes $100. Here goes $200. That ain't going to cover my rent, mofo. I mean, people will do things uncharacteristically, maybe not in their best interest, but a different choice because they say, what we've been doing ain't been working. We got to try something else. That makes sense to y'all at all? I'm not letting people off the hook. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of different circumstances. Hell, there was some black brothers and sisters who were hearing all this negative stuff about Trump. They still voted for him. Why they vote for him? Because they feel like they got to roll the dice on something different because they're tired of the same old, same old. They got hurt under Obama. They didn't see a change. They said, damn, if you're going to put a black guy in and I still be at the bottom and life still suck, let me give this guy a chance. I'm not saying it was a smart move. I'm not saying it's a move I advocate. It's not a move I advocated. What I'm telling you is stop saying it was just a bunch of racists. Acknowledge why we got Trump. Acknowledge how we got here. Acknowledge that. In fact, guys, I just saw a video of Chuck Schumer talking to, I think it was Chris Cuomo. And you know what Chucky said? Huh? Do you know what Chuck said? Chuck Schumer. Do you know what he said? He said something that I was saying in 2016. And when I said it, they all said I was a Trump supporter. They said I was a Russian bot. They said I was trolling. Chuck Schumer, June 23rd, sat down with Chris Cuomo. You know what he said? Come on, y'all. Y'all know what he said? He said the Democratic Party will now stop focusing on Trump and focus on issues that matter to the people. He said the Democratic Party made a mistake. The mistake was they focused too much on Trump and not enough on solutions that matter to the people. I was saying that. I've been saying it for 3 years. And when I was saying it, Neera Tanden came after me. Peter Dow came after me. They got me blocked now because I came back for them because that's how I roll. June 23rd, Chris Cuomo. Look it up. I'm going to put it in the video tomorrow. I got a lot of videos to get out tomorrow. That's going to be in the video tomorrow. Chuck Schumer sounding like Tim Black on the issue of what they need to focus on. Nina Turner, look, I didn't invent it. Nina Turner was also saying it. They called her a Trump supporter. They said it's her fault Hillary lost. Now they're saying we screwed up. Now they're saying it. They 3 years late. They could have won a damn election with Bernie Sanders, not with Hillary, though. It goes on to talk a little bit about this travel ban, you guys. I got on the road. It's hard to come back, man. I know I'm all over the place, man. I'm excited, man. I got my wolf pack back, man. I got my wolf pack back. I got my people back. I'm sorry. I gotta get on one. Look, guys, I gotta be on one right now. I gotta turn it up. So let's talk about the travel ban real quick, get back to that so you get something tangible out of this conversation, guys. The Trump administration has not publicly discussed any plans for future travel bans targeting additional countries, but responses from the administration on Tuesday left open that possibility. Attorney General Jeff Sessions said the ruling was critical to ensuring the continued authority of President Trump to protect the American people. Why don't I feel safe? I said, why don't I feel safe? The Department of Homeland Security said the ruling, which addressed an executive order that focused on the threat of terrorism, will help stop the entry of not only terrorists, but other malicious actors who seek to do us harm. Other malicious actors who seek to do us harm. I wonder who those people are. What do you mean if they're not terrorists, but they still mean to do us harm? What do you mean? What's that supposed to mean? Hey, Patrick M., thank you. What? 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 Ocasio won? What? 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 Ocasio won? Thank you, Patrick M., for that information, Patrick. Wow. 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 Man, we got to clap one more time for that. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Now all I need is Ben Jealous, Mal Hyman. All I need is Ben Jealous and Mal Hyman. I'm sure there's some other people that I didn't get a chance to meet, right, that are also great candidates in different states, districts of those states that I don't know of. But it's all like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like I'm really focused on these races. And that, you know, gosh, come on, man. This is great news. This is great news. This is what we need. We need some wins. How many of y'all think we ready for some wins? We need some wins. We need something to feel good about. We don't get nothing for it. We're not doing this. I don't do this because I'm saying, oh man, we're gonna get something for it. Like we're gonna get a new cell phone, you know, new Nintendo, or those cool virtual reality glasses that kid was wearing in the mall when he was screaming and hollering. Like, that's not why, man. Because we believe that we have a better country. We believe that people in this country, our brothers and sisters, deserve what? They deserve better policies. That do what? That make them more free, that give them more access, that put them on the right trajectory to have better lives, that gives them peace of mind, that enables them so that they can pursue what? The American dream that they talk about, right? So that's what we in it for. That's why we in it. Thing about this travel ban, guys, is I want information. I'm gonna look it up. Look, guys, send me information if you can about this travel ban so I can do a true video on this, where I can really break it down and explain why it's good and why it's bad, right? And have a nice 14-minute video about the travel ban and hit a lot of points. So send me information about the travel ban so I can do that, guys. I can't do it without you. I don't have a staff. It's just so much one person can do. I want to make the best content imaginable, right? So if you could help out with that, that'd be great. I mean, the people of New York stood up tonight, and I love the fact that he debated her, and look, she's a classy lady, right? She would never endorse the way I'm about to express what she did, because she's a classy lady. But didn't she hand Crowley his ass? Didn't she hand Crowley his ass? Didn't she? Here's your ass, Crowley. It's like, what? I don't have my ass? No, Crowley, it's right here. Here's your ass. Oh, man, who I'm fooling? He's like this. She'd have to hold it like this. Here, Crowley, here's your ass. So, gosh, let me put my ass back on. She handed him his ass in that debate. You know, that's what happened. So people talk about vote rigging, right? We talk a lot about election integrity and the need for clean elections, and I agree with it, right? We do need to fight for it. But don't tell me a progressive still can't win. Don't tell me you can't overwhelm it at the ballot box. That's the only way we can win. Ocasio, do you think the New York Democratic establishment wanted Ocasio to win? Do you think that? Are you delusional? Do you think that? Well, then how did she win? How did she pull this out? By overwhelming numbers, by overwhelming support of a lot of independent media. For putting together a great staff, having a great ground game, for going where Crawley's ass was not prepared to go, for going on all these outlets, for people putting out video after video and getting the awareness, and people donating $5, $10, $20, $30, $40, small contributions. She beat a major player with big money. Do you understand this? How'd that happen? See, one thing I don't like, guys, is hearing these people that all they have is negative talk. That's it. Everything is negative. Everything is nihilistic, destruction. Everything is doomsday parade. Everything is the most dire of circumstances, the most dire of content, because there's always going to be people who are apathetic to what's going on, who are totally frustrated, totally disgusted, discombobulated, and out of the game. They're out of the game, and they quit. Well, then stop talking, because some of us still got to live here. And some of those people who are doing that negative talking, some of them are not in the position as the people that really need the help. So all I'm saying is I get tired. I get tired of these people shitting on everything. Some of us have to live in this world. And some of us don't have trust funds. Some of us don't have farms. Some of us don't have ranches. Some of us don't have wills that left us lots of money. Some of us have to work for a living. Some of us barely hanging on. Some of us only have one car. Some of us have no car. Some of us have apartments that they need rent control. Some of us are having our backs against the wall. So don't tell me we can't get involved until the shit's right, until it's fixed, until it's all the problems, all the corruption's gone. We can't wait till then. Folks, I love the hell out of you, but I'm telling you, if we sit back and wait to get involved until all the corruption's gone, we're going to be gone, and our kids going to still be fighting this fight. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Jim Heldon. Thank you, Jim Heldon, for that. I appreciate you, Jim Heldon. Give it up for Jim Heldon, Super Chat donation. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm sure some people are going to talk about these statements I'm making, and that's fine. I stand behind my statements, but I want it to be known I recognize that there's problems in our electoral process. I know that. I've talked about that. I've been at rallies. I spoke about that. I believe that. I've done countless videos on election integrity. Okay? I believe you. I support you in that endeavor. The problem with it is when it goes too far, when you tell people, hey, your vote don't matter anyway. When you start telling people just sit it out because, hey, nothing matters. It's all rigged, so don't do anything. There are people who still have to live in those areas, who have to live under the control, under the direction, under the leadership of some corrupt bastards. You're leaving them. You're leaving those people at the mercy of corporate con artists. You're leaving them at the mercy of this corrupt system. The only chance we got is warped, as corrupt as our system is, as backwards it is, as maladjusted, as susceptible to donor money, all these things, right? And tampering and provisional ballots and all the other stuff that happens. It's not that I don't know. I do know. I had Greg Palast on my show twice. Both times he came on. He didn't talk about sunny California weather. Greg Palast didn't come on my show and talk about sunny California weather. He didn't come on my show and talk about men's hats, fedoras. He didn't come on my show and talk about, the best ice cream flavor that Ben and Jerry sells. He came and talked about what? Election reform. So I'm already with you. The thing is this. We got a great win tonight. We got a great win tonight, and that never would have happened if people would have been so disgusted about 2016, about what happened in New York, because it just happened. It's not 20 years ago. It was 2 years ago. And people said, you know what? Cheat me again, mofo. They said, what? New York stood up and said, hey, come here. Come here. Democrat Party, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here, son. Come here, son. Come here, son. Son done. Come here. Cheat me again. And they got it done. So shout out to everybody in New York who got that done. Woo! That's a beautiful thing, y'all. It's a beautiful thing. Come on, Mal Hyman. Come on, Ben Jealous. Come on, all candidates who are fighting for the people. Come on, all candidates that are fighting for the people. If you know a candidate that I have not mentioned that needs a shout out tonight, some well wishes, some support, put them in the comment section. I'm going to shout them out. Skip Grumbles, I appreciate that. Skip Grumbles just saying, yep, on the Casio. Yeah. Thank you, Stephanie. Keep an eye out because, you know, there are so many great candidates across this country, right? I know it was Kentucky, Colorado, Maryland, New York. I know like there's other places and there are a lot of districts in those states, right? So it's hard to keep track of everybody. That's all I'm saying. And I never wanted to seem like I don't care about people in your district. You know, because I do. Because I know you live there. You live in that district. That matters to you. Local politics is important as hell. In fact, local politics, in my opinion, is just as important, if not more important, than what? Than national politics. Sheriff, school board, mayor, right? These things matter. These things directly impact your life more than what Trump says. Unless if you're an asylum-seeking immigrant from Honduras. But you feel what I'm saying, though, right? Woo! I tell you, man. I tell you. So, look, guys. I got a great video of Maxine Waters coming up. It's going to be a detailed analysis of the Maxine Waters situation and all of this civility. And I will give you guys just a little taste of my Maxine Waters video just to give you kind of an idea of what I'm thinking and one of the points I want to bring up. You guys ready? Isn't it funny how all of a sudden, the same people, the same networks that have been preaching how horrible Donald Trump is for 2.5, 3 years, for 3 years, they've been telling you how horrible Donald Trump is, how he's uncivilized, how he's a rapist, how he's a abuser, how he's all these things 24/7 for 3 years. Now all of a sudden want to talk about why you upset with Trump's officials. You need to treat Trump's officials better. Those people that have been a part of that media machine that have for 24/7, for 3 years, told you Trump and his supporters are the worst people on the planet, have no leg to stand on talking about we need to be civil. They have no leg to stand on talking about why are these people shouting down people in public places? Well, yeah, you love to say that Donald Trump needs to recognize that he can ignite hate. What about you, CNN? What about you, MSNBC? What about you, CBS? What about you? You don't think you ignite hate when you go back to back to back to back to back to back, back to back, back to back, back coverage of Donald Trump, all negative, even for things that he did that are direct copies of what Obama did. And now you act surprised. Now you act surprised that people are, what? Pushing back. How dare you? How dare you? Well, listen, lady, listen, daughter. That girl across the street is a horrible person. She's horrible, horrible, horrible. She doesn't care about your rights. She doesn't respect you. She's a racist. She's a bigot. She's a sexist. All these things. She's horrible. Now go play. You pushed her down. Why'd you do that? All right, guys. It's going to go something, part of it's going to be something like that. Something like that. I just noticed the hypocrisy. We got to call out the hypocrisy, right? All right, let me do some shout outs, guys. Shout outs. Get them in, everybody. Jose Monzon. Leslie Littleton. Susie Rosenberg. She says, hell yeah. Local politics. Hell yeah. Tim, look up Andrew Yang, says Leslie Littleton. Look up Andrew Yang. Give it up for Andrew Yang and Leslie Littleton. Marsha Squire. Now that name sounds familiar. Marsha Squire sounds familiar. Murray Nigel Klein is watching. Alex. Curl Gallagher. Beth Lamb. Curlin Gallagher. Gloria Connor. Humans. Jamil Wright. My Facebook people. What's up, YouTube people? Google. Google sells my info. Give it up for Google sells my info. That's a screen name, y'all. Oh, God. Piano Man. Stephanie Chateau said that Ben Jealous is winning. Look at the chat. Julie Love says, look at the chat. Andrew Yang. Universal basic income for the people. Moke Alex. Somebody just put that same name. So Andrew Yang must be pretty good because I got people on Facebook and on YouTube telling me Andrew Yang. I love it. 2020, by the way. No problem, Fred. Thank you so much, Fred Lexo, Diana Gray, Matt Getty. What's up, Matt? Mars Pluto 5. What's up, Mars? Always in the house, Mars. Bonnie Flournoy. Bruce Ashby, Jim Hayden, Yvette Cornell 2020. Give it up for that. Look, Yvette Cornell and Tim Black 2020. Yvette Cornell, Tim Black 2020. I'll pump them up. They wouldn't be ready for that ticket. But she'd have to be the president because Yvette Cornell is much smarter. She's much smarter than me. I'll be her VP. I will be her VP, but I'll be the most charismatic VP that has ever been. All right? Because most VPs are born very vanilla, milquetoast bastards. I would be a very charismatic VP, but I would also be so unhinged at times, they'd be like, they wouldn't hurt her. They'd be like, we can't have Tim succeed. We can't have Tim. Nah, we got to make sure Yvette Cornell is protected and well taken care of. All right. Hey, look, man, I got no problems. Letting a woman lead. I got no problems doing it. You just got to be smarter than me. That's all. You can't be, look, you can't lead if you dumb. And then we both end up in the ditch. No. So the smarter person gets the lead, and in this case, it would be Yvette Carnell. I'm Tim Black, guys. Thanks for tuning into this show. I appreciate you all so much for being here. Great videos coming. I'm working. I'm in production right now as I speak. Hit me up at tim@timblacktv.com. Become a member. Become a member of my show, please. Why? Because independent media matters. Because only independent media will tell it to you straight. Only independent media will tell it to you straight. We're not trying to get rich. We're just trying to survive and tell the truth. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. I'm wondering, did I save that? I think I did. Let me see if I got this for you. I would like to leave you with a little something. I said I'd like to leave you with a little something that you may not have heard yet. Ooh, I don't know if this is it. 13 seconds. 12 seconds. 25 seconds. No, these aren't it. I'm wondering if this is it. Let's try this. It's 1 minute, 17 seconds.
In 2016, maybe there was too much emphasis just on negative Trump, and people lost that. We are getting it back. In 2016, maybe there was too much emphasis just on negative Trump, and people lost that. We are getting it back.
Now, before I do that, look, so that's what I'm going to end with. Look, guys, this show is brought to you by Just Inform. That's justinform.com, and this is how you spell it. Justinform.com. Go to justinform.com. It's a social media website. We don't track you. We don't sell your data. It's created by activists, commentators, and journalists. You can build your following and your journalistic career on this site. Justinform.com, where you go for information and also to get your weight up to launch your career in social media, commentary, journalism, truth-telling. So go to justinform.com. Content. You're like, wow, that's cool stuff. I could watch more of that Tim Black stuff. All right, check this out. Go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. That's where you become a member of Team Black. That's Tim Black's team, a.k.a. Tim Black's Wolfpack. Do it today. Support independent media. And here goes the next clip.
How? We are talking about things that matter, as I told you, health. In 2016, maybe there was too much emphasis just on negative Trump, and people lost that. We are getting it back. How? We are talking about things that matter, as I told you, health care, infrastructure, taxes. We're talking to rural people about rural broadband. 1/3 of all rural homes don't have broadband. You can't get Netflix. You can't do schoolwork. You can't get small businesses to come. Franklin Roosevelt, 1930s, he said every American home should get electricity, even the rural homes. It's hard to reach them because it's a necessity. We're saying the same thing about broadband. Very popular in rural areas. We're talking about job training so we can prepare people for jobs. We are focused like a laser on the middle class, and people want to get there. And as we get closer and closer to the campaigns, as these issues get crystallized, it's going to help us dramatically. We can't just be anti-Trump, and people sort of know what Trump is. He makes the anti-Trump argument himself to the majority of Americans. We have to be for a lot of good, positive things. And again, we have done some of those, and we're going to do more of them, so that the middle class people who are the Democratic Party know not only we care about them, and my prediction, we will work with the Republicans, and if we get the majority, it's going to start happening.
We told the Democratic Party they needed to do that for the last 3 years, and now they want to do it. Maybe it's a little too late. You guys let me know what you think. I'll see you guys soon. Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am.